All right, and we're live with actor model Erik Fellows. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. If you don't know Erik, he's one of the main characters on The Bay, the series.
Yeah. I'm a series regular on The Bay.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been part of the show probably, I guess, about 6 years now, man. It was originally a web series that was formed about 6-7 years ago, and it got some notoriety once it won Best Short Formatted Series for an Emmy. So it gravitated to the next level. Amazon noticed it and put us on Amazon Prime 4 seasons ago.
That's awesome.
So now 4th season actually just got released. What is today? Yesterday. It actually just came out yesterday. So
I'll put the link in the description of the video.
Cool.
Everyone check it out for sure.
Great.
I still have to check it out. And I noticed that you actually it's been for about like a month or so, the Mazda campaign you did, the photo shout or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. How'd that come up? Like, did you just... was it like an
it
audition
was
process or...
I actually, I auditioned or a casting process in Los Angeles. That's where I'm based out of. Went to a casting request call. I'd actually never worked with the photographers before, but they shoot a lot of auto campaigns, actually. So I wanted to work with them for a long time. I saw a lot of their stuff for many years, but I got a chance to work with them with this campaign, and I guess I was cast as the Miata guy. So
huge fan of the Miatas.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful car.
You got to drive it, right?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, man.
I've always wanted to get behind the new one. I have the old one out there, but I want the new one so bad. I want to get behind it.
It's a sick car, man. It's really pretty.
Because you're a huge car guy.
Yeah. I definitely was many years ago.
Because you used to race them.
I did. I raced Mustangs.
That's insane. Like it's like street race type.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone out there. Again, sit there and pitch racing on the streets.
Wait, how old were you when you did that?
I think I was 16, 17 years old.
That's a good age.
It was before Fast and Furious, but it really was like a Fast and Furious in the D.C. area where I grew up. We used to race.
Because you're from Maryland.
I'm from Maryland, yeah.
So when did you moved to New York first, though?
I moved to New York when I was 19.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and then moved out to L.A. When?
I was in New York for about a year and a half, and then I was there actually for September 11th, and I moved pretty quickly from September 11th. I moved back to Maryland for a few weeks because it was just a crazy time in New York, and I moved to L.A. October 10th, 2001.
Yeah, and then were you acting and everything in New York as well?
Yeah. I originally went out to New York to model. I knew I wanted to get into acting. I'd taken some classes in Maryland, but it wasn't something that I initially really was enthusiastic about. I don't know what I wanted to do at that particular time in my life. I was kind of torn. I used to play basketball, believe it or not. A lot of people don't know that, but I played basketball in high school, and then I was going to play overseas in Italy at a high school, but I got injured. I was a point guard, and that kind of diverted me in another direction in life after I got hurt, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I moved to New York to model, and then I was studying acting while I was there because modeling wasn't something I was, that was my life goal. It was just something that was kind of making me some money at the time. So I was studying in New York, and then I knew I was going to go to Los Angeles eventually. I'd visited LA the July right before September 11th, so I went out there to meet with agents for modeling and for theatrically. I ended up getting an agent in New York theatrically, a really good agency actually, and then ended up transitioning when I moved to LA with that same agency in LA. So that's kind of where it all started, but
awesome.
I kind of fell into it at the same time.
Yeah, so I feel like that's how, like, when you hear the stories about how people like became actors, it kind of seems like they got like noticed somewhere. Like somewhere like in a spot that you wouldn't. Like you said, you come out of like Maryland,
right?
And like, but there's like, what is it? Chris Pratt came out of like Hawaii as like a waiter or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure his story.
I don't know the full story.
I'm pretty impressed with it though, because
he's huge.
It's crazy how it all happened. Because he was actually a character actor, and it did a lot of stuff, but a lot of bit parts, supporting roles in films. But as more of a character actor, and the fact that he turned it around and became this leading man in Hollywood, I mean, it kind of just shows that, he didn't give up.
Yeah,
he didn't give up, and he fought for what he wanted, and it's hard. It's really difficult.
It's business. Really like it's really like more of a grind of what than what you really see. Even like the young actors, like their first role is like when they were like 20, but they started at such a young age.
Yeah, it's weird because I've lived in LA now for 17 years, and it's been an uphill climb majority of the time. I'm very grateful. I've had a lot of opportunities, and I feel like from where I've started and where I've come from, I've done pretty well. And I feel like actually it's starting to even go better than it once was. But at times I feel like you get discouraged and you kind of fall in this pattern of LA has a way of sucking a lot of life out of you because you're constantly trying to keep up and trying to get the next job, and it's hard. It's not like a normal sort of pace of life. You go to college or you go to get whatever, you get your degree and you go work, try to find that job in that sort of.
It's not a normal life.
No, it's not at all.
But it's a cool life. You got some cool shit coming out.
It can be cool.
You got some cool stuff like going on though.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I am. I got it's on a positive train right now. Yeah. So
I feel like a lot of actors now, which what I would be interested in is doing like the animation stuff, like the voices for animation. That shit is so cool to me.
You mean like you would like to do the voiceover for animation?
Yeah. Like the animation projects, like that stuff is so cool. I follow this dude named Jimmy Tatro. I don't know who that is.
I'm not
sure. He just came out with this new movie, Smallfoot or something like that, with the Yeti. He's one of the Yetis in there. Or something like that. He's some character in there, but he started as like a YouTuber and everything. And then he goes like, he was like the, I forgot what they called it, but it's like he records the voice and then they show that character to someone else who's supposed to do the voice, just to show like what they want that person to do. And then it's like, you know what, you actually have a better voice than what we were trying to get. So he got the part, and he goes like, I've always wanted to do animation and like do like voiceover acting for that type of stuff.
Well, voiceover acting actually is a really good gig. A handful of friends that are actually on the show with me and I work with over the years that do a lot of voiceover stuff, and they actually it's pretty lucrative. And also,
from what he says, like, and from what I've heard from like other like interviews I've seen, is like they go in for like once a month and record this for like 12 hours and then they don't see you.
Well, some people actually do it from their own house, man.
Yeah.
They actually set up booths in their own house. They actually never have to even leave their house.
It's really just like you work like once a month so they can edit it and like animate around you, and then they get you in when they need you.
Right.
It's like, it's really like, it's a slow process.
Right.
That's why all these movies take like 4 or 5 years to make. And
some of them do, yeah. It just depends on how big of a film it is, but yeah.
I mean, that's crazy because I know they have you may do like 20 different ways to like say the line or something like that.
Right, of course.
And so like your voice is just fucked essentially. Like,
well, it's also it's crazy. I had to do I have a few projects that I've done where I've had to do a lot of voiceover through transitions, through montages in films, in the films, and yeah, man, it's kind of the same thing. Where you have to play within the mood of the tone of the montage, and you have to say it 20 different ways, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's actually not that easy to do. Yeah,
people just think like, oh, you have like a nice like deep voice like Morgan Freeman. You can just do whatever you want.
You have to actually. I mean, Morgan Freeman, I feel like goes in and nails it. But at this point, or he did. I mean, he's been doing it for like a long time.
Yeah.
But no, when you're trying, and also what's really difficult, it's called looping. When you're trying to match your lips. Because let's say in sound on set they just didn't get it, or the scratches over it or whatever else. Trying to match the exact performance and the exact tone that you did in the film is really difficult.
Yeah.
That I dread. I just had to do that on a film of mine because the sound just got messed up. And we got it, but man, it still feel like it's never exactly the performance you gave in the movie because you're in the moment.
Yeah.
So we do the best we can with what it is,
That's insane.
It is insane.
That's awesome. What's like the favorite movie you've done? I've wanted to ask you that for a good minute.
My favorite movie?
Yeah, favorite movie, project, TV show, like anything. Like.
Well, okay. Well, I'm actually proud of a handful of projects that I've done, but I have a film coming out, actually in about a week. January 4th, I have a film coming out called Being Rose. It's in limited release in the theaters. It's going to be in about 15 cities. Mm-hmm. I'm actually not sure yet exactly which 15 cities.
Yeah. I was about to ask like West or East Coast.
It's going to be it's bicoastal, so it's going to be within 15 cities within the United States. And it'll be releasing on VOD on the same day, January 4th. But I'm playing the son to the legendary Sybil Shepherd. Who also in the film is James Brolin and Pam Grier. So I was really excited to work with this cast. But I'm playing the son of Sybil Shepherd, and I'm playing an architect in Santa Fe, New Mexico, who has a heroin addiction. It's kind of crazy, actually. But he hasn't spoke to his mom in 10 years. His father passed away. She wouldn't let him see his father at that time because he was on drugs. So he's very rebellious towards his mother. She ends up getting a fatal illness and wanting to see her son before she passes away. So without giving away too much, it's a really heartfelt film. It's pretty sad, actually. But I would say that I have coming out January 4th. I would say it was, as far as an actor goes and a character choice, was it very an interesting role to take on. But I'm actually very grateful for the opportunity.
That sounds like
it's intense, man.
That's crazy.
So, and it's beautifully shot and
some legends in that.
Oh man, right yeah. No, I was really grateful to work with her. She's actually become a very close family friend now. So I'm happy that I actually got growing up watching her when I was a kid. Never did I ever think I would be working with her playing her son.
That's crazy.
So that's You
hear that a lot though. They're like, oh, I grew up like watching these people, and the chance I get to like work with them, or like even like be like in the same presence as them, you know what I mean? Like you see, like when they like, mostly in athletes, like when they're like,
right.
I watched, this guy grow up and to play against him right now is just like,
that's kind of, yeah, no,
like,
that's,
I just tackled him. Like, just think about that. Like,
yeah, I mean, be able to tackle him, I'm sure that's pretty intense.
yeah. Tackle your heroes.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty surreal, man. The first time I think that ever happened to me was when I did a film about 10 years ago, called American Cowslip. It's a really crazy artsy indie. It's not for everyone, the type of film that it is, but it's one of those dark comedies that are out there. But I got to work with like Val Kilmer. I played opposite to Val Kilmer, and legends like Cloris Leachman, Bruce Dern, Diane Ladd, Blake Clark, Lynn Shay. It was the craziest cast, man, and it was so surreal because, growing up watching Top Gun, with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, I'm like, as a kid, this was that movie came out in 1986.
Probably never thought, like,
never in the world did I ever think I'd work opposite to Val Kilmer.
That's insane.
So that was pretty insane. He was awesome. He's a unique human being as well. But yeah, it's hard putting realization that you're growing up as a kid. I never thought about being an actor, and then doing it and then working opposite to these people, definitely different.
So it just like escalated, like
it's just, yeah. So I'm also very grateful for any opportunity I've had because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to go out there and try to book a job, man. It's a lot of competition.
Yeah, it's really, I feel like it's more of like a game of like luck in some aspect.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of luck involved, and also it's also perseverance and persistence, and really kind of finding your niche and making really strong friendships in Hollywood.
So I feel like that's actually funny you say that because you see like a lot of the big actors working next to the same people, like Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston, John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Spade, like all those guys are like all in the same movies, and they all do really well because
they found their group niche, and also studios have a way of working that in because they see what's successful. They see what works well, what groups work well together, what duos work well together. Judd Apatow's perfect example of putting a lot of the same comedic actors together that it seemed to bring in the box office. Paul Rudd with these people, it's just they work with a lot of the same people. And Seth Rogen, you know what I mean? It's over and over and over again, but they seem to make the money in the box office. So
yeah, Seth Rogen, James Franco.
I love that duo together. Hysterical, actually.
So, yeah, it's sad when the movies like don't work, though with those guys. We were talking about this yesterday, how that new Will Ferrell movie is just like awful.
Yeah, that one's a rough one.
Yeah,
I mean I haven't seen it yet, but you could just tell it's gonna be.
Well, I mean when you hear people are walking out midway, like half the theater. Like they're just like, what did we just watch?
Well, I hope they stay at least more than midway for my new movie.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I hope so. Yeah. I think so.
I would think it'd be better than that.
No, we're good. I think it's it's a totally different type of feel of film. So
well, I know it's just like that movie was just like a mockery of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, yeah, whenever you're trying to do it, like or like a parody of some type, it could backfire horribly.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is, they're both hysterical. They're great actors. They do, and it's not their performance together. It's just the movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Sometimes it's just not right.
Well, sometimes you just got to know, I think, when to like stop it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like stop at your peak. Like everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be like Step Brothers and Talladega Nights, and it's not. Like it's kind of like with
now I have to see it because I just have to watch it just to see like
how bad it is,
what's happened.
Yeah.
Like why people are walking out after 14 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna waste my time. But I was talking about this with a lot of people that there are franchises that don't know when to stop either. Like there are.
Oh, you mean like Transformers?
I heard that new one's good. But
I want to see it.
A good example.
That's but I'm wondering like, or the reinventing of like all the the iconic films in the past because it's almost like they're running out of ideas, so they just keep remaking. I mean, some have done really well.
It's like Incredibles. Or like Incredibles 2 like wasn't as good as Incredibles 1 in my opinion. Still made a lot of money. Still was a decent movie. Wasn't as good.
Well, they're always going to make a part 2 if part 1 does well. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole point. That's how Hollywood. It's the machine.
Yeah.
That's making them.
But if you make a bad one, then it makes the other ones look. It's not. It does not the best look for the franchise.
Oh no! I mean this.
That's why because like Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are fantastic. They're making a 4th one coming out in June.
I know.
So
I heard.
I'm like I'm afraid to see what happens to that franchise. But they do take like 10 years to make each of these movies. So I'm hoping it's good.
Well, you got, Avatar's coming out this next year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really?
It's every 10 years.
Jesus.
I mean, but listen, the movie made $3.5 billion.
Yeah, the movie's like the highest grossing movie, I think. That or Titanic. I think
yeah, but
it's one of those.
Which is hysterical because it's the same director.
Really?
I
didn't know that.
James Cameron.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He can't do any wrong. When you have the 2 highest grossing films in history of cinema.
That's true.
Homeboy's just sitting back.
Well, that movie's going to make a ton of money anyways. That movie, like...
Avatar's going to make $4 billion.
I don't think that movie is, like, possible to be bad. With the reputation they have, I don't think they would even... I think they'd scrap it.
It could be the worst film in history and it'd still make $4 billion. I promise you.
But I heard that...
They're waiting for technology every 10 years to change. That's why he's doing that.
Yeah.
So now the technology is like this new, which I don't even know how much different it could be. Like, it was already insane.
That movie was like revolutionary though, like the cinematics and everything.
Now it's supposed to be even more revolutionary.
I'll see it. I'll see that. But I know that movie's gonna be like 3.5 hours long.
I know.
I can't.
It needs like 14 intermissions.
Yeah, that movie is just those movies. I can't. You just got to know when to stop it.
Right.
Like Interstellar is like the longest movie I think I've sat through.
Oh, I've never seen it.
2 hours and 50 minutes. Well, maybe Wolf of Wall Street's 3 hours. That movie's great.
I love Wolf of Wall Street.
That's one of the
I love Leo.
Movies. Leo's great.
He is great.
Leo's great. I think that movie's long, but it doesn't feel as long as it is. If that makes sense, it feels like
you don't get there's like a downtime where
you're engaged the entire time.
Well, then that's
good.
It's
a fast moving storyline that keeps you engaged. The Interstellar is just so like slow at times, and it's like kind of fast, and it goes slow.
Well, dude, anytime you're in space, you're gonna get bored, man. Come on,
it's
like, come on.
It's 2 hours and 50 minutes. I was like, if this movie was like 30 minutes less, it'd be fantastic.
I'd fall asleep.
Yeah, it was just a. I mean, it's also like a dark.
But
movie.
I also love. I love McConaughey too.
It has like a dark premise. Like he has to like get back to like his kids before they die. Like the Earth is gonna like die.
That's a good reason to go back.
Yeah, but like, it's such like a dark premise, and it's so long and like drawn out.
So they could have taken off an hour and
it's a negative movie to be like really long, and like Wolf of Wall Street's long, but it's like this movie's like, oh my god, what's this dude's life gonna be in next? Like what drugs is he gonna take next? It's one of the.
We should actually watch it later.
We should. I'm down. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think my parents like it that much.
Why is that? Really?
I mean, I don't know.
It's because it's showing like it's too real.
I don't think that people can believe that's a real story. I think that's the thing.
I actually think they probably held back a bit.
They probably
from like what, because they have to show, you have to keep it in the audience.
They have to keep it to be able to go into theaters. They have to be able to go into theaters. It like. Right. That dude's life is like fucking crazy.
It
Like-
is. Oh,
like-
can we cuss on here?
Yeah. Hell
Oh, we can. Yeah, it is fucking crazy. And you know what? Actually, it's funny because I'm going to plug something real quick. So I have a film that's coming out probably at the end of this year. No. What year are we in? 2018.
Yeah.
Next year. It's a few
End of
days
next
away.
year?
Maybe, you know what? We're finished. Okay, so okay. The working title right now, I should say what it is.
Go
All
ahead.
right, the working title right now is called Starfucker. So, it's not a porn. So, even at times it's going to seem a little racy. It's not a porn. It's actually a dark comedy, but it's a play on Hollywood. Mm-hmm. It's a dark comedy on Hollywood of what Hollywood really is at this moment. Funny enough, the movie was written 10 years ago. And it's a director that I've worked with about 4 or 5 times on a couple other projects. And he had pitched this movie to me to play the lead. And I thought it was too offensive. I thought it was way too offensive, too over the top. And I was scared to play the actor saying these things. So basically, we shot the movie about 2 years ago. And we shelved it because it was something that we thought, you know what, man, this might be too much during the whole Me Too movement.
Yeah.
We had a producer come in about 2 months ago and really loved what we had done, but wanted to kind of change a couple aspects of it and take it in a different direction. So we literally reshot about 70% of the movie. And we go back in February to finish it. And I actually think it's going to be pretty crazy and hilarious. And I think it's what Hollywood needs right now because it needs to laugh at itself and know like where it stands and how ridiculous at times we can be in Hollywood.
Because like the parties and
Just
like,
everything. It's just
the personalities.
This character, Jimmy Starr is his name, is the quintessential actor in Hollywood that will do whatever it takes to make it. But
That actually sounds like a amazing movie.
it's going to be really good, man. I was scared of it at one point, but I'm actually pretty psyched about it now from what I know we've reshot. Mm-hmm. And what we're going to finish shooting.
Because you've been doing that for like 2-3 years?
It's been 2 years, man. It's been over 2 years. So I again, I went from like, I was a little scared of it, seeing like, I didn't want to test the sensitivity of Hollywood or even the world because it's in an interesting place right now at the moment. But I think it actually needs a laugh. I think we need a laugh. And I did everything in my power to make this character likable enough on the comedic end to not take the offensive undertone of it too seriously.
You just need to balance it.
Yeah, we try to balance this in a way. But we've, we raised the budget in it. We threw some big scenes into the movie, some big party scenes that really make, I think, the audience really enjoy it. So I think there's going to be, an age range that doesn't perhaps enjoy it.
Definitely rated R.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we're pushing boundaries.
Yeah, maybe that MA get in there.
It might, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. There's going to be a rated and unrated version that we have no chance.
On DVD, you're going to have to get that unrated version.
Yeah.
That's gonna
There's
be
a
the
couple.
one to buy.
Yeah, it might be like +2 unrated. Like, dude, I don't know, bro.
Unrated plus deleted scenes.
Or
That's what you need.
Or and like
Extended version.
locked in a safety box somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Need to be 21 to buy.
maybe 30. So we'll see, but it's working title's called Starfucker right now. I think from a sales perspective, for Netflix, we're really interested to go to Netflix with it. I actually think it will be easy sell to Netflix. We will see. But for like foreign value wise, we're gonna have to probably adjust the title a bit just to sell certain territories.
Has there been like talk of that, or like the title change, like what to change
yes,
to?
Yes, ish. I just don't know. We're gonna do a test screening once it's all said and done and get opinions because I think that's what it needs.
That sounds interesting though.
It's going to be something that's different. That we shot it in such a different way that I've seen an indie film being shot.
That just sounds like something that I think people want to know. Like, what's the life of Hollywood? Like, what's the life of these people?
Well, I will say this: from the age of 16 to 48 is going to, I think, love the film. Majority, I'd say 70% is going to love the film. Mm-hmm. People are going to be offended for sure. But come on, man. I mean, we offend every day. Something's offending somebody. So it's.
It also could be like, this is like the like massive guys, and there's like, okay, where they're walking in the theater, like, okay, this is gonna be offensive. Like, I love it, like that Ted vibe. Like, you know, it's gonna be offensive.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
like, you know,
and
it's
people
gonna be,
love Ted.
Like, people with anything with Seth MacFarlane, like you're prepared to be offended.
Right.
And it's like with like a new movie like that coming out, like it's like
I'd say this is it. I actually say Seth MacFarlane stuff is a little more offensive than what we did.
Really?
We just do it in more of like a visual. There's a visual offensiveness to it, but there's also there's an undertone with the dialogue. I think that because Hollywood became so sensitive in the last 2 years, it's going to push boundaries. But it's also, we did it in such a comedic way that I'm hoping that people get the humor there and laugh a little bit about what ridiculous.
You can almost like laugh at themselves.
Yeah, that's what we try to do with this.
And if it makes you like you guys laugh, like in it, like, you know, if you guys are in there like, I don't know.
Well, there's been some cringes. We're like, oh, but then we're like, oh, and then we laugh. So we're like, I don't think it's any more offensive than anything that they've done.
I think as long as it's not like over the top or like lying about it, you know, like this stuff probably does happen.
We're pretty blatant.
Yeah.
We've with the reshoots, we've added why Jimmy Starr is the narcissistic actor in Hollywood doing these sorts of things, is that basically he goes through, he's engaged in the film and they end up, I don't want to know if I shouldn't probably say too much because I'm giving it away. There's a loss that he goes through that makes him spiral downhill. A dark loss that he loses it in this particular time in his life that makes him very angry at life. Plus his past with his dad. So that's what kind of spirals him in this weird direction. I'll leave it at that because if I say too much, it'll give away the reasoning behind anything. Because there's a lot of flashbacks that bring you back to why he does what he does.
I'm interested to see that movie. I really want to see it.
Well, me too, because we haven't finished it yet. But it will be sometime in 2019, it will be out.
Well, because your stories are all like, it's always in there. Like that movie. Like you're in like the editing booth. Like you're involved. Like
I'm one of the producers as well. So it's the first thing this is the first time I've ever produced anything. I produced some projects, but this is the first full feature film that I've ever been the lead and produced at the same time. It's a lot of work, man.
That's awesome. So like, you think obviously the only way to get it like into a theater is to change the name.
Yeah. Which we will. Because this is the thing. I don't know sometimes if it's the best deal always to have the movie straight to the theater. For a perspective of an audience to see it. Sometimes putting movies in the theater loses you money. A lot of people sometimes rather see things from there's all these platforms now. So I actually think the best way to sell this film is Netflix is the best way to sell this because you don't have to necessarily lose a title, and it's so jolting a bit that people might want to click on it.
Yeah, I think with that name, I'd be like, whoa.
Well, we have it's Star, it's STARF.
Then a star, right? Isn't
C asterisk KR or I don't know. They changed it a few times or CK asterisk R. So it's star fucker. Because you can't actually put
the full
fucker.
Yeah.
The way
so
it's
the
spelled.
U has that. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot do that. There's like 7 words in Hollywood that you can't put in a title. And I know shit and fuck are one of them. I'm not sure the other 5.
You could say it 100 times.
You
in the
could
movie.
say it.
You say it as many times as you
There's
want.
a lot of fucks in it.
It's like Wolf of Wall Street. That's like the most. To bring it back to
look,
the most.
That movie's pretty in your face, man.
Yeah, but it needs to be.
Yeah,
that's the movie.
Well, there's a lot of there's some nudity in this film, to say the least.
Well, you're saying like I don't know if it's say the least. You're saying like last night's like pretty. Yep.
Well, it's just it shows a lot more. I've never seen that many. Can we say?
I mean, there's a lot of nudity.
There's a lot of nudity. Okay, but it's not like in an untasteful way. It's actually more in a comedic way. That's what makes it funny. That there's a lot of nudity, but within
I like the fact that it's a comedy, not just like a drama.
Oh no, you could make this as drama. It would never. You would be banned in Hollywood.
That's
the reason why it might do well is because it's comedy.
Yeah. I don't think we've never like had a movie like that. From what you see movies with like all these like Hollywood parties and you're just like, but it's like kind of like it's a little.
There's pieces of each part
life,
of this film that you've seen in other movies. We've now combined it on this sort of indie style film of Hollywood, and thrown different dimensions into it. Yeah, I mean, I think
Was this kind of like your dream role, like in a sense now that it's
well,
like getting
I don't know if
closer
it's
to
my
the-
dream role because I don't want people to think necessarily that I am particularly this character in real life. But I would say there's a lot of it that I've went through. That this character, like
which is, I guess, good if you're talking about like
it's
the life
just
of Hollywood.
actors, male or female, of the transitions from their life before and then moving to Hollywood and kind of showing you really we didn't hold back, man. So we're showing you really what you go through, the casting process, what's talked about, how you really get roles necessarily or unnecessarily. Best way I can put it.
I feel like that'd also be like a good TV show.
It's already in discussion. So
Really?
yeah, they really want to cut a pilot.
Like calling that.
We
that
actually
one.
thought it would do better as a show.
Like what's that? Shit, it was like that huge show.
Entourage.
Yes.
This is
That's what I was
this
thinking.
is what we were thinking with this, but it's even more. Entourage, I feel like obviously it was an amazing show, but it was commercialized. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
held back to a certain degree. They showed you, and then they didn't show you so much. This kind of is showing you all of it.
It's good that we're on the same page. I was thinking like Entourage when you kept saying that.
It's a more in-your-face Entourage, is what it is.
Entourage is pretty in your face sometimes too. The Entourage movie too. I mean,
they did. I actually really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed that too. I didn't know for the longest time that's about Mark Wahlberg's life.
I got a funny story about that.
So,
Years ago, when I moved to LA, I made new friends or whatever. And at that particular time in my life, I was dating this girl. I'm not going to say any names, but I was dating a girl who actually was friends with. So the guy who plays Turtle in the Entourage series, the nickname for the guy in real life, his name is Donkey. May peace be with him. He's actually passed away in real life. But at that particular time, he was friends with a girl that I was dating. Mm-hmm. So that whole little crew that used to live with Wahlberg used to live together. It's kind of very similar. I mean, they changed the storylines a bit, but we used to go hang out over their place. And I was there the night that they found out that Entourage got picked up and was going to go to a show on HBO. I was literally in their apartment, and
what year is
this? Is 2000. Well, I moved there in 01, so this was I think it was the end of 01. I mean, maybe early 02.
That's crazy.
But I think it was 01. I mean, it's been many years, so I'm trying to remember exactly, because I don't remember when the show actually premiered. But I remember being there with her and a few other people, and then that group of people. And they're like, dude, oh my God, Mark got this show. It's called Entourage, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's going. And I literally was there, and I heard this. I go, what? I didn't know anything, like what was going on. And that's the show Entourage. It was crazy. So
that's insane.
I was a little bit of a piece of hearing about it at that moment with the people that it was actually about. Yeah, it was wild, man.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because I've watched his show Wahlburgers, which is about the burger place that he has.
Yeah, I love that. Dude, we go eat there all the time.
Yeah, it's amazing
in LA. Yeah,
but like he has like all of his friends, mm-hmm. and like his friends are his entourage, mm-hmm. and like that whole show is based around him. Mm-hmm. Like and his entourage, like that's
of course.
That's
like, well, that's how he does it.
Like that, yeah. I mean, that's insane.
I've met him. I've actually met him a handful of times years ago. He's a super cool dude. I mean, there's lots of stuff that I could talk about, but Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, like they started like with all these guys, and he's like built up. He was like a rapper beforehand, but like.
His the whole family. I mean, Donnie Wahlberg was New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was kind of got the whole thing started.
His brother created Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
The restaurant.
No, that family is they're a smart family, man. They're really good marketing.
Very successful.
They know what they're doing, and
Mark can make money with like anything on TV.
Mark is
no one's gonna say
he's
no
a businessman, man.
Yeah, no one's gonna say no to Mark. Makes like so much money with Entourage.
I wouldn't say no to Mark. He might punch you in the head.
Yeah, I know. He's doing like we've made some bad movies too. But
with that, man, everyone's gonna make a bad movie, man.
That's true.
It's really difficult to hit home run every time. It's really hard, man. I'm telling you. I have done some really crappy movies in the beginning, and we will not mention. And I'm not really near their level. So you're gonna.
I feel like
it's give or
sucks
take.
more. I feel like it sucks more when you're that high up and do it.
Yes, it does. I
'Cause
was
he was
just,
on he was on a good streak,
of course.
and then he did.
Which movie are we talking about?
Daddy's Home. I hated that movie.
Oh, Daddy's Home. Oh, you don't like it?
No. Not a fan.
Oh,
With
see,
him and
people
Will
loved
Ferrell.
it. People loved it, and they loved Daddy's Home too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't see Daddy's Home too. I wasn't a fan of because
I'm actually gonna disagree with you.
Really?
I actually like Daddy's Home.
Really?
Yeah, I did, and I like Daddy's Home too.
I know it was with Mel Gibson and John Cena. I should see it
Well, John Cena's in part 1 too.
at the
At the
end
end.
though.
Yeah, but that's what introduced
It's
the
yeah. Well, I mean, it was funny. I'm not gonna say I didn't laugh at it at all. Like I liked how.
But you're a tough critic.
Yeah,
You know what I
called
mean?
me that.
You
before.
are. You're a tough critic. So I know
Yeah.
if you actually laugh at anything that I do, then I know that I've done well.
Yeah, that's like that movie. I'm gonna watch.
I think you're gonna like it.
I'm gonna watch it a lot. Probably gonna show it a few times. Some
You're gonna
friends.
definitely like it.
If it's on Netflix.
I know what we did, so I know you're gonna like it.
I am a tough critic though. I think, but Daddy's Home didn't work for me.
Was it too? What was it? What was too?
You
what
know,
for you?
like it's really not the movie. I think it's like how it's shot. Like, you know, like
You felt it was too staged?
No, it's like so like Step Brothers, it had like that weird, like it had, not weird, it had like that different look on screen. You know what I mean? It had like this older, like authentic comedy type vibe, and all these other ones, it's like, I think it's like how it's like edited.
Well, you're
and,
also, you know, it's funny that you say that. There's this different style of shooting now. So, and also we shoot all digital. You know, at one particular time, I'm not sure if Step Brothers at that time, I'm thinking even so went to digital even at that point. But when you used to shoot on film, 35 millimeter was a way different feel. So when you watch movies back in the day, 35 millimeter felt like a movie. You're watching the theaters. It had this there's a grittiness, grain.
That's what
That's
yeah.
the style. That's the camera, dude. That's
I
digital.
think it's just how it. I don't know.
It feels almost like
even Ted had a good feel to it. Ted 2 had a good feel to it.
It is. It's editing. It's also editing. But the digital, it's an adjustment. So like going to watch a 4K, now a 5K television.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you're watching it in real life, almost like a reality show. And it's an adjustment for even actors. Like I've done movies on 35, and you watch it, and it feels like cinematic.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't feel like, it doesn't have like a good movie feel when you watch it.
But that's the new age of shooting, bro. That's the new age of shooting, and it's not. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna feel like you're almost in the screen.
I don't
It's
think
just weird.
I don't know, because Avengers has that feel too. But Avengers is so good. But it feels like almost like cheap forced comedy in some of like that. You know what I mean?
Like more like sitcom.
Yeah,
Like
this
stage.
is like,
That's why I said when I said stage.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I guess you could say that.
It's placement. It's how they. It's also editing.
Yeah,
It's editing.
I don't know. Maybe I just didn't like it because of that. But I'll have to watch a second.
I had to
one
get
give it
used
a
to that
full-
style to let go of how I would critique things because there's just a new way of shooting. A lot of the times, if you're watching these shows now, they're following characters within the show, like with the camera.
Yeah,
So you almost feel like you're in a reality show.
yeah, like you're in there.
Right. So that's hard for me because I'm like, wait a minute, that feels so forced. It almost feels like you're just literally just following with the camera and they're just doing their thing. Where back in the day, there's a sequence to how you edit things in like the timing.
Yeah.
So it's different now.
I feel like it's just how it's shot, or like really like expectations of what I have based off
Right.
of like previous people's performances.
Right.
Like, because Hangover has always had a good feel in my mind.
Just
like,
watched that the other day for the. I haven't seen it in so long. God, I was
Again,
dying.
like that feel of it. Even the newest one has like the best. It has like a movie feel. But then I watch a movie, the movie Vacation. That movie.
My stepson loves that movie.
It's not a bad movie.
He
Like,
loves it.
It's funny. It's just the way it's shot. I just can't watch it.
Okay.
It's just like it's like I'll give you like examples after we're done here of like how like what I mean by that and like
Okay.
more. But it's just like I don't know. I think I just go into movies like too high expectations sometimes.
Well, maybe you should be a movie critic.
I could. I should be like those dudes on IMDb, just review movies.
Oof.
I should be one of
People
them.
that we hate.
You hate me?
Not you.
I should be
The
one
ones
of
that
them.
destroy our movies and shows.
Well, I think if it's not your movie, but if the movie's bad, like
You know what? You're gonna get some bad ones, man. Like what's the one we were just talking about?
the Holmes and Watson.
Oh God, I gotta see. I have to see it now.
I think you have to see it just because of how bad it is.
But I can't justify going and spending money to go see it though.
I've done that though.
Just to go see it?
No. I thought movies were going to be way better than they were. I almost walked out of Grown Ups 2.
I can see that.
I almost walked out.
I like Grown Ups 1.
Grown Ups 1 was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it was the last good Adam Sandler movie.
Just in case if I ever have to work with him, I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You don't have to say it.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, though.
So am I. His movies are fantastic. Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy. He had a good movie with Jennifer Aniston not that long ago.
Yeah. What was that? I just saw that.
It was Just Go With It or something like that. I think it was that. Just Go With It.
Yeah.
That movie, pretty good.
Okay.
But he makes like Pixels.
What's that, Netflix?
Huh?
It's Netflix, right?
What?
Wasn't that a Netflix film?
I don't think so.
The problem is now a lot of these guys have deals with Netflix. So
he has a good comedy special that came out though.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Stick to what you're good at.
You know what you need to see is Ellen DeGeneres' new. Did you see the new one from Ellen?
She has one?
Oh my god.
Good.
Dude.
I know she's a killer comedian.
She hasn't done one since 2003. We just all watched as a family the other day.
That's what Sandler
She's like, because she keeps it like sort of PG-13, but like still kills it.
That's what her show is, though.
She still kills it. Dude.
She has like this like rough edge. Like people understand what she's trying to get at.
Yeah, she knows she's so good at it. That's why there's only one Ellen.
That's why she has so many People's Choice Awards. Like,
that good.
I like that though. The comedians coming back. I love it.
Oh man, I will. Yeah, I actually put in a request to try to get tickets for a show.
Really?
I'm still waiting. So hopefully, Ellen, if you ever hear this, can you please give me and my family tickets to your show? Thank you.
I know people all want to go to like her show, especially like during the Christmas time.
Well, dude, she's the coolest person ever.
I wouldn't doubt it.
She's top 5 coolest people ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say Jimmy Fallon has to be up there.
Jimmy Fallon's cool. I've never met him, but he's so cool.
His show is fantastic.
He is. Well, he doesn't give a shit.
But in like a good way.
Right.
In like a great way.
Right.
Because he'll say like, he has like that kind of like that, if this makes sense, like that family-friendly, stern, like Howard
well, they
Stern
all do.
vibe.
They all, well, Howard, he's not family-friendly at all. But
no, I'm
like,
saying the family-friendly version of, if that's even possible.
But that's why he's so successful, because he figured out how to do it. You know what I mean? The people that like, David Letterman, all those people, Jay Leno, they figured out how to do it.
They figured out how,
they just did it. It's the best way to describe. I don't know. I mean, they just have the underlying tone that they keep you interested. They don't hurt your feelings, but you love them, and then they hurt your feelings, but you still love them.
That's
how I feel. That doesn't mean that you have.
Well, because there's not that many like good talk show hosts yet left.
No,
or popular, I should say. There's like, I think. Ooh, I'm trying to think now. There's Fallon, Kimmel, Conan.
Oh yeah, Conan.
Corbett.
How's he doing? I haven't seen Conan.
No, not Corbett. Or Corbett, Corden, and I think Ellen. I could have just named all of them, but there's probably a lot more than that.
Well, these people they're trying to compete, and that's the problem. Like, it's hard. These people are legends.
They all have
really difficult.
They all have a star on the Walk of Fame. Like they're all mega stars making millions.
Also,
a year.
What's different about Hollywood now, coming up into at this point, being around for a while, and then as a kid watching the movie star back then. The movie stars now, it's not quite the same. Like, there isn't the same sort of movie star there once was. It's hard to say, like, there's not a Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Cruise is still, I think, it's hard to really compare anyone to Tom Cruise because he's still, in my eyes, going to probably go down as, like, the biggest movie star that we'll ever know. When it comes to actual understandings of movie stars.
I could agree with that.
It's really difficult you, at this particular time in this business. I don't know who you would say is the new Tom Cruise. There is no new Tom Cruise. Their turnover is so often that the turnover of new star, because of reality television, all this stuff, social media, it's changed the game. So who's famous for that one week is different for that next week or the next year.
Got a point.
I don't know. Who's your top 5 movie stars right now within, a 20-year-old to 50-year-old? Or no, because I would put him in the Tom Cruise area. 20 to 40. Who would you say is something that would be the new Tom Cruise?
The new Tom Cruise. That's like young? Yeah. Because there's people who have worked like in the same generation even now that are still Tom Cruise is still like relevant, but are still making movies on a consistent basis.
That's okay. There's
like
there's one thing as a working actor.
Like Downey.
Downey, but I know, but Downey's within Tom Cruise's age range.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm talking about the new generation.
Ooh.
Downey's been working for 30 years.
That's true.
I'm talking about people now that are the new 25-year-old, 30-year-old, 35-year-old with Tom Cruise was from Top Gun
making like his popular
to Mission
movie,
Impossible.
like that movie success type deal is what you're saying.
It's just not the same. It's too oversaturated.
It's probably just Pratt then.
It's Chris Pratt is up there. Chris Hemsworth is up there. Channing Tatum's up there. But the thing is, they're not the same understanding of a movie star that Tom Cruise was. It's just not the same.
True.
Of Brad Pitt's and Tom Cruise and
They're
even
they're like
Denzel Washington. They're just not.
You don't see them.
Well, you got why am I not remembering his name? This is horrible. I'm not even gonna say it because I'll sound like an idiot. I can't think of his name right now.
What's the movie you're thinking of?
No, I don't even want to say because I'll feel like an idiot for not even knowing his name.
Oh, I can't help you then.
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Anything.
I'm gonna squash that even when I said. So anyway, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Dang it! All right. Anyway, next topic. I couldn't think of.
But we were talking about. I think you're right though. There is no new of what there once was, and I think some of like Hollywood doesn't understand that. Like they're trying to just recreate what was once fantastic. Like all these remakes now are coming out, like Men in Black and what is it, Ghostbusters?
Well, that's my point. Why are you recreating Men in Black? Like it shouldn't.
Or Ghostbusters.
The last Ghostbusters was not good.
That's what I've heard. Like, and I don't know about the Men in Black.
Did you see it?
Wasn't
the last Ghostbusters?
It was like a year ago.
It was a year ago.
It was,
yeah,
it was like a year or two ago with like the 4 girls. And
oh
everything.
yeah. I watched it. It was good for its own right. Not to put it down in any way. It's hard to.
But you're comparing it to the one that they made.
I mean that's what.
And
but you know what? The generation now might think that this Ghostbusters is great. So, we're compared to the one in the '80s. From when my generation.
It's like the Jurassic Park, like new.
Jurassic World's pretty cool though.
Yeah, Jurassic World. That's what I'm saying. Jurassic World, like that movie was fantastic.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah, and also it's Chris Pratt. Everyone loves him.
I love that everyone loves Chris Pratt. Good for you, Chris.
I love it too, and he's a young dude. Like I thought he was way older than what he was.
Well,
he's like.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's positive or not.
No, because he's been like doing like stuff for so long.
Chris is my age. We're the same exact age.
But I'm
not going to tell you my age, but
he did like
dude, he's been around for. So this is what I'm saying to you.
He
reinvented who he was, and that is not easy to do.
To go from Parks and Rec to like that.
Dude, he's a leading man in Hollywood.
And he was
really difficult.
Like he was playing like a blob dude in an office.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
And now then he did Zero Dark 30. He did Jurassic World. He's done like literally like.
Look, everything. I have the utmost respect
Guardians
for that
of the
guy.
Galaxy. That's one of the highest grossing movies of all time too.
Look, he is. If we're to put in perspective, like the movie star of right now, he's top of the game for sure, and he's good. He's a very good actor. He's got both comedic and dramatic ends of both ends, but he also proved that he can go from a character actor.
He can do anything.
That he went to a leading man.
He can do anything.
The guy got himself in shape, transitioned himself into his leading man, and now is leading man in Hollywood. So when everyone says, oh, it can't be done, or this or that, I mean, he just proved that it could.
Did you figure out the name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Sorry, Michael B. Jordan. Because I am actually a big
Creed
fan.
Was great.
I did not see Creed 2 yet.
I
love Creed.
Creed was
Well,
amazing.
Come on. I mean, dude, it's a Rocky movie. Come on, bro. You can't.
Well, they made bad
I love Sylvester.
Yeah.
I love Sylvester Stallone.
I agree.
Oh my God. I met him briefly.
Sylvester?
Oh yeah. Like it was so cool. Briefly at a restaurant in LA a few years ago. And man, like I don't get starstruck anymore because I've worked with some cool people. But I was pretty starstruck. I'm not gonna lie.
When you see a guy who's worked for that long,
it was fucking Rocky Balboa, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, dude, and it's so funny because they say, "Oh, Rocky's short," or this or that.
Small guy.
No, I mean I'm 5'10" and a half. He was looking me right in the eyes, so he is not that short. So whoever the haters out there need to stop calling people short.
Probably compared to like Arnold or whatever. He's a smart
Arnold's
guy.
shrunk. think he's like 6 foot now.
Arnold used to be yoked, like way back.
Come on, man. Of course.
Fucking like Terminator and everything.
You know, he's Arnold.
Yeah, I mean, like.
I also feel like he's. I'll be quiet. There's certain things I know not to say in life.
But what you were saying about Michael B. Jordan, about Creed, I love that movie so much. Like, one of the best movies of, I forgot what year that was, 2016, 2017. One of the best movies.
I think it was maybe 2016.
I'm happy they made a second one. I feel like it deserves it.
No, it deserves it. I actually am ashamed I haven't seen it yet. I
didn't hear anything bad about it.
No,
I didn't hear like
got really good reviews.
I didn't hear like a lot about it, but I didn't hear anything because usually like when you don't see a movie, you just hear that it's bad. That's when you. But
but I also, it's weird that we didn't hear a lot about it. I mean, it got pretty high ratings.
It's gonna get pressed because it's Rocky.
It is Rocky. You know what, man? It's opened the doors for Michael B. Jordan. I mean, obviously he's been working for a while, but actually he started in the soap world like me. He's one who started in the soaps.
We were talking about this yesterday, that there are not a lot of people who made it out and had huge success.
Well,
they had small roles in huge movies.
It's kind of it's an interesting topic because a lot of the stars did do soaps, but if you're going to go by the percentage of people that go into soaps and come out to be stars, you're right. But like a lot of your biggest stars actually were on soaps. That is the truth. I mean, I can name you pretty much.
We were naming them yesterday. There's a ton.
Well, I mean, Brad Pitt was on a soap. Johnny Depp was on a soap. Meg Ryan was on a soap. Susan Lucci was on a soap. Susan Sarandon was on a soap.
Paul
Walker was on a soap. Michael B. Jordan was on a soap.
Yeah.
And there's just a handful. I even think I was gonna say Meryl Streep, but I don't think Meryl Streep was on a soap.
Could have been.
God, was she on a soap?
That'd be probably the most successful of all time.
I think isn't she like the most nominated?
I think she's the most nominated
nominated human being for any sort of award in history of just life.
I know she has the most. I could be wrong on this.
I think it's 38 nominations for Oscars.
I think she has the most Oscars.
I'm gonna Google this right now.
Yeah,
Keep talking. I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, I think she has the most. I want to say it's 38. I want to say she has.
I think it's 38.
I think she's in the double digits for Oscars. I could be wrong on that.
Hold on.
For Oscar wins. I could be wrong on that.
I'm gonna get you right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank God for technology and this Google thing.
Imagine we did this when it was like 2000. We had like paper and everything.
Oh, I know.
All the notes.
We figure it out.
Yeah. We'd never be able to do this.
Okay, hold on a second.
But I think it is. I think she has.
Okay. She holds a record for the most Academy Award nominations of any actor, having been nominated. I'm so sorry, I was a little off. 21 times.
Not that.
Since
far.
1978.
17 off. That's still insane though. 21. How many did she win though? Did she say how many she won? Has she double digits?
But out of awards in general. So she has 389 nominations for awards.
That's absurd.
She has won 156 times. She's been a runner-up 17 times.
That's how many Oscars does she have?
Dude, this is nuts. Oscars, she has 3.
Really?
3 Oscars.
I thought it was like 13. Really?
Yeah.
That's not a good record for the Oscars.
But to be nominated that many times.
It's a compliment.
That kind of washes away any of the things.
It still goes on the DVD cover.
Oscar the last nomination was The Post, 2018. Then 2017, 2015, 2014, 2012, 2010, 9, 7, 3, 2099, or 96, 91. All the way back to 79. Good for her.
Hold on. It stopped.
Oh.
Never mind. We're good now.
Are we back?
Yeah, we just had a little bit of a technical error right there. We're good.
Cool.
But that's literally insane. I couldn't even think of all the actors that just wish they got nominated once. 21 times.
I want to be nominated for an Oscar.
You got the Emmy.
Starfucker, bro.
Could you imagine? Ted got nominated for the music as an Oscar.
Well, there's so many departments that listen. You win an Oscar for anything that you do in a movie. Good for you. Are you kidding me? That's it's winning a Grammy in music. It's the highest level you can go. Hopefully, but you watch a lot of these actors. They win Oscars sometimes, and it raises their salary, but all of a sudden they're just not doing great films after that. You've seen it happen time and time again, and I'm not sure how that's possible. I've watched it happen so many times with actors that are huge stars,
Happens, I think, in TV too, where like they don't make they're great in like one show, but then they win like all these like other shows, and I don't think they can work, and they get too like typecasted.
Well, you get typecast, and also you're trying to live up to what you just did. And it's, one thing I will say about Hollywood, of my time in Hollywood and the time that I've been in this business, and the only thing I can really take from it is the fact of really getting to having success and making it to what people per se say what making it is, because that's all an opinion. If you're coming from nothing and you've made it onto a TV show, to be honest with you, you've made it. In your eyes, you've made it. To what degree of making it is? Come on. There are working actors in Hollywood for 50 years that people never even heard of that always made money as an actor. There are people that live 5 years in Hollywood, become stars, and then fall off and never see them again. Who made it? Who made it? Are the people that made it for 5 years but didn't work for another 20?
It's like Macaulay Culkin.
You know what? He just came back out with a Google. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I love him.
That was one of the. Yeah, that was amazing.
You know what, man? I also have to say, good for him, because he fought, the drug situation.
Yeah. He got pretty messed up.
Did you see what he looked like?
Yeah.
Good thing that it seems like he's kind of pulling himself together, and I really hope that he continues and someone gives him a Home Alone remake.
Him and
his kid. No, I'm serious.
I mean, I'd watch it.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Well, they made other ones.
I'm gonna say it right now. No, fuck that. I'm gonna say that right now. I guarantee. God, I hope this is true. I guarantee. Now that he did that Google commercial, they offer him a new Home Alone with his kid. It's gonna be his kid, and he leaves his fucking little ass at home, and somehow it's gonna be Kevin Jr. and he is the dad. I'm saying it right now.
You think?
I hope so, because I don't want to be wrong.
That'd be crazy.
No, I swear to God, people will go see it. Are you kidding me? Would you go see it?
I think.
Come on, bro.
I probably would.
You go see it just to see it for him.
You're probably right.
Who doesn't love Kevin McAllister?
You got a point.
I would go see it even if it was garbage.
You would really?
Yeah, man. Because I want to support him.
Man, I think you're right. I think he had other shows, or not show. He was like he had like some appearances on the show Will and Grace.
Yeah.
He had some of that. He had like some appearances and some stuff.
It's not his fault, man.
I know his dad like took his money or something.
They all
like
took
that.
his money.
Yeah.
They took his money, and that's why they have the law now where you can't. When these kids are now signing on to projects, there's a clause in the contract that your parents cannot. It actually goes into a trust.
Really?
Yeah, they can't touch your money. He's one of the reasons why. I think it happened to a few people.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because there was just so easy for them to access their money back then. So, the kid was the richest the quickest to be a millionaire ever.
He was doing like everything though. He did the My Girl. He did.
Did you see?
He did that Uncle Buck.
Was it The Good Son? No, not The Good Son.
Is this a new thing?
No, back in the day, The Good Son.
I think that's something.
What is the name of the movie?
He did. I know the movies that were the biggest that he did was obviously Home Alone.
My Girl.
Home Alone, My Girl, Uncle Buck.
You need to see Good Son.
And he was in like a Michael Jackson music video.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Yep, I was right. Yes, The Good Son, Macaulay Culkin. Let me tell you what year. 1993. Elijah Wood, Macaulay Culkin. Go see it on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Which might not have it, because you know what? Netflix is also weird because a lot of movies they don't have on there, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't know if I have.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a lot of big movies on Netflix. If you type it in, it doesn't come up. You have to go to Amazon. And I'm not just plugging Amazon right now because my show's on it. I'm just saying.
It's there.
It's there. Amazon Prime, the Beta series, season 4.
4 seasons.
Well, yeah, it's actually.
How many episodes are in a season on a web series? Is it the same? Like 16?
Well, we have 14.
14 episodes?
Yeah, there's right now up there is 3 seasons of 14 episode seasons.
Because you see web series that have like 80 episodes a season.
Yeah, no, but ours is released like 30-minute episodes. So we shoot 14 episodes, yeah. So it's actually not released yet on Amazon Prime. It'll be out, I think, in the next couple of weeks, but it's on thebaytheseries.com.
Hell yeah.
So you could see 5 of the first 5 episodes on our. It's actually only available for like 2 or 3 days until Amazon releases it. Because we didn't want the fans to wait any longer, so they released it.
Because it's been like a. It's not like a. How old is the show?
Well, in digital world, as far as like as an Amazon show, it's only 3 years old. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we shoot obviously once a year for a few months, and we release it. But for like when it was like a short format series online, it's been around for like 6 years.
So I was gonna say like 10. I thought it was 10 or something like that. Yeah,
6 years.
That's
6 or
crazy.
7. I think we shot. Like I came on board after their first season as like a short formatted series. So that was about 7 years ago. So I came on the next year. So it's been 6 years.
Hell yeah, and it's going obviously well.
It's won 14 Emmys.
Can't hate that.
It's won Best Digital Series 3 years in a row for daytime. That's
sick though.
Yeah, no, we're happy about it, man.
You can still say you're an Emmy. You're part of an Emmy Award winning show.
I am. Yeah. It's I'm very grateful.
In the TV world, that's again like it's like the Oscar of TV.
Yeah. So. I mean, I think for television, you want to get that primetime Emmy, but I will take a daytime Emmy any day of the week.
It's a stepping stone. It's the first step.
Again, it's working towards it's never ending. This is one thing about this business, it's never ending. So again, you're only really as good as your last moment. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth, and I've had to accept that and learn that. That's what makes people keep striving for more.
That's true. Just got to get that primetime Emmy.
Let's get it, bro.
You got to get it.
You want to give it to me? How much will it cost if I buy one off you? Are you selling them?
I should.
Oh, dude.
I need to get that plug.
I guarantee you could sell them.
There's a way.
It's like selling the verified check mark.
You could probably buy one from like an actor who like sold his.
I should ask them. Yeah, you probably could sell it. I think if you buy your own Emmy, even you realize you do have to buy your own Emmy trophy, even when you win.
Yep, it's like Michael Phelps. He
bought
all his medals.
$400.
You buy all your medals in the Olympics.
Because it's so funny though.
I don't know why, but
yeah,
you have to pay like taxes on it or something like that. I think you get it.
An Oscar's like 30,000.
But what's 30,000 to the people who are winning it though?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, by the way, here's your trophy. Here's a check for. Oh, we take credit.
Well, you pay for the stars.
$50K.
Yeah, because you have to pay to maintain it.
I'm about to get mine.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay $50K.
You should.
I'm excited about it. I don't know where to get it though. I'm kidding.
That'd be fun.
I'm about to get my star fucker, not my star yet.
Could you imagine though? Imagine getting one of those stars. Because obviously, you have to be nominated by someone first. Right. And then you pay the money to them. You have to pay to maintain it. You have to like pay to keep it.
Well, Donald Trump has to get his
redone,
redone every week.
Yeah, because we were having this discussion. Me and my parents were having this discussion that they were like, some of these actors who don't have them. She's like, why are all these young actors getting them? And like, she was like, this makes like no sense. Like what is it? Like Ryan Reynolds has one. She was like, how does he have one, but this person doesn't have one? I looked it up, and he was
because Ryan Reynolds is fucking cool.
Well, there's that, but
let's really talk about that. Yeah, he's really fucking cool.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
Who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds?
I can't think of.
There's not one person I've ever met in my life that doesn't love Ryan Reynolds. He's my top 5.
That's one I think we skated over. Him and Gyllenhaal.
We didn't even talk about that. Shit. Gyllenhaal. Or Gyllenhaal. How the fuck do you say his name?
It's Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. But he was super relevant.
Still is, I think, in my opinion.
Okay, so again, remember, it's an opinion.
It is an
That's
opinion.
the problem with Hollywood. It's all opinionated.
He's coming, like, he had a good fucking movie named Southpaw.
Oh, I loved him. Well, I also am a huge fan of Rachel McAdams. I love her. So if you're out there, Rachel,
hit him up.
I mean, I'm taken, but I do love you.
Hit that follow. Erik Fellows Official.
Oh, shit, I need to
on
follow
Instagram.
her. Does she have an Instagram?
I don't know.
I feel like she's too cool for an Instagram.
Reynolds has one.
Yeah, because I feel like they make him.
Follows like no one, though.
Well, because Deadpool, you have to have an Instagram because they want Deadpool to have an Instagram.
I love Deadpool.
I'm gonna look up right now to see if Rachel McAdams has a. Should I follow her?
You should. Hit it up.
All right, hold on.
She'll see those 30,000 followers and
30.1.
humble brag. But yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think of like a bad.
Nick.
I'm trying to think of a bad Reynolds movie besides the Green Lantern, because he even acknowledges that one was bad.
I fucking knew it. She doesn't have one.
Nah, I mean some people don't.
I love her though. Oh, anyway, good. I lost focus for a second.
I was saying like I can't think of a bad Ryan Reynolds movie except the Green Lantern.
Well, yeah, but he even knows it was bad.
That's what I'm saying. He acknowledged it. It was horrible.
It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
You know who was originally supposed to play that role?
Who?
I actually auditioned for that. No,
Really?
it wasn't me, but like Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Dude, we left out Bradley Cooper. Let's really talk about this.
We
Oh my god, we left out a lot of people.
We did.
Then we must really love Chris Pratt.
I was thinking, well, yeah, Chris Pratt's awesome. But I was thinking of like actors that are still relevant from the time that Tom Cruise was working. That's what I kept thinking of.
Well, Tom Cruise still is working.
But not like he was.
Well, because well, one, he's older now. Two, he only has to really
Downey's probably the same age, if not older, and he's doing.
Downey's probably about a year or two younger. But it's within the same. They're close.
He's coming out with Marvel movies like every year.
If you're going for bang for buck, per role with budget and then money back in the the box office. I don't know. This last Mission Impossible was dope though, dude. Did you see it?
I did not.
Oh, you need to see it. There's a few Mission Impossibles that were busted. Sorry. But
I liked Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol was sick.
It was sick. This one was sicker. You need to see this one.
I heard it's amazing. I like the fact that he does his own like stunts and all that.
Oh, he's always done it.
I love it.
He's crazy, dude.
I just love it.
Look, that's my point. Is like it's really difficult to compare people to Tom Cruise because he's just out of his mind.
Yeah,
in a good way. Sometimes
somewhat in a bad way. No,
hang in there, Tom.
Yeah, hang in there. Bro.
We love you, buddy.
Yeah,
we'll still watch your movies no matter what you do.
I'll watch them.
Right.
His movies are great, but we did leave out Reynolds though.
Reynolds is great,
and Cooper,
but I guess that's almost. I mean, it's a few years older than me. Actually, no, I will say it's more than a few years, but they're still the newer generation than Tom Cruise. So that's the thing. So I think we were trying to, but we left them out. There's nothing I can say against that, actually. Sorry, Ryan, and sorry, Bradley.
What is it? The American Sniper movie? Fucking great.
Yeah, it was great.
Fucking great.
He's
also. Did you know that he's the voice of that raccoon on Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that for a long time.
Yeah,
because it doesn't sound like him at all.
Well, no, that's why he's diverse.
Like at all.
Right.
Not even close. Because some things you can still say. Because some people don't change their voices for stuff when they do like roles, like for like the animation or.
Right. No,
stuff.
of course.
They don't change.
So you'll know it's them.
Yeah, so you know it's them, and like. You don't have to work them as like voice actors, but LeBron James in that Yeti movie Smallfoot, he didn't change his voice, but
I'm not sure if he knows how to.
That's what I'm saying. Like people know it's him.
But he's LeBron James, so he can do whatever he wants.
Will Smith was the fish in Shark Tale.
Oh, God, who would have known that?
Yeah, I mean,
it's Fresh Prince right there, bro.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Will Smith is like, I don't think he's ever going away. I don't think people want him to.
Well, I don't think people really want him to go away. I do want him to come back. A rejuvenation of studio films. I want him to come back strong, soon.
Bad Boys 3.
I think that's going to reinvent him.
I hope.
He doesn't need to be reinvented.
I hope it's just not bad.
It's not going to be great. Is Michael Bay bringing it back?
Well, I hope.
It's the only. Yeah, well, it's the only person that's going to direct it. Doesn't he have like full control of all that?
Michael Bay.
He's Michael Bay, dude.
He's made some bad movies. No offense, Michael Bay. Transformers.
He loves his Victoria's Secret models.
With him and what is it in those Transformer movies?
In the originals, Shia LaBeouf.
No, the Wahlberg ones.
What happened to Shia?
Went off the wall.
I met him when he was 12.
13. Holes.
13. I remember, dude. That was during time. He was actually really rude to me. So you know what? Hi, Shia.
You don't want to say that?
No. Hopefully he gets, he figures things out.
He's just big on like Instagram for like doing like crazy shit. He's gotten arrested a few times too.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love it.
I think he flipped a truck too.
Fucking Shia. What happened to him? I feel bad. He was so good in Transformers.
Acid.
Is that actually what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Not really. Fuck
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm eating a sandwich, so if it sounds like I'm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like these actors, like go like it's kind of like a Macaulay thing. Had that huge success.
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot to endure for anyone who's young.
Shia, shout out to Shia. He's a good rapper.
Oh, he raps.
Yeah, I watched this thing on Sway in the Morning, which like this morning radio show thing. Yeah, they have like a lot of like hip hop artists on there, and they have like this thing where like all the people who are on the show, since they're normally hip hop artists, they just do like this freestyle rap. And he's a huge hip hop fan. He did this freestyle thing, and it was like amazing. I'll show it to you after this.
Yeah, please do.
He is so good. Like
Shia LaBeouf raps.
Swear to God.
Oh Lord.
Swear. Look it up.
You think he's putting together his
old mixtape?
EP?
I hope. It's good. Like, I'd buy
Bro,
it.
what if Shia LaBeouf becomes like the next biggest rapper?
Probably won't.
But you never know.
Don't hold your breath on that.
I swear,
but
dude, you can't judge anything right now because I feel like anything can happen. All right, maybe not anything, but a lot of things.
That though, Will Smith's making a comeback in rap. Did you know that?
Well, he's Will Smith. It's different.
Will Smith actually had, fun fact if you didn't know this, had the #1 song in 1991.
I know that.
Summertime.
I remember.
One of my favorite songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Had a Grammy. 4 Grammys.
Oh, really?
It's fucking crazy.
Well, listen, man. He's Will Smith. I mean,
in the 80s, man, he had a Grammy. 80s. Like prime time, like rap. Like think of who he was going against.
There was, yeah. Run
All those
DMC.
groups. All those groups.
Yeah,
NWA was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
NWA.
literally was like, beat them. #1 song in 1991.
He kept it, like, soft, though.
Well, he didn't swear. He's never sworn in a rap song.
But he won't.
He won't.
Has he ever sworn in a movie?
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Good for you, Will.
Yeah, go Will. Bad Boys. He swore in that like every other second. That's why I really just hope that movie's not bad.
What about Martin Lawrence?
I could do it without.
Oh.
I could. He had.
Come on, man. He was the other half.
This is like one of those sore topics. This is the critic coming out of me. Martin has good movies. He has bad ones.
Blue Streak.
Huh?
Blue Streak.
He had, what is it, the Wild Hogs movie?
Oh, boy. Well, there's a lot of people in that one.
I fucking
God bless
love
John Travolta.
That movie's great.
How do you feel about John?
I like John. He's made some bad ones like recently. What is it, that Italian guy?
Oh,
People did not
Gotti.
like that. Gotti. Heard people didn't like that. But he made some, I love his movies. Like, he made this movie with Robin Williams or, like, their stepdads or something like that. That movie's good.
I love Robin Williams. Poor guy.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Sucks, man.
What did John Travolta do? He made some other good ones. Like, I love this movie, Swordfish. Good movie.
Swordfish. What about Face Off?
I don't know if I saw that.
You never saw Face Off?
I think I did.
With Nicolas Cage, where they switch faces?
I must have seen
Bro, you have to see Face Off.
I must have seen it.
That's one of their best ones.
Nicolas Cage is another one who kind of fell off the wall. National Treasure's probably like his last.
He's had a rough one. He bought too many houses.
Is that the thing, finances?
Yeah. I think he bought like 25,000 houses or something. There was a lot of houses.
That's absurd.
Yeah, you make a lot of money, but you don't have to buy that many houses.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking Nicolas Cage. He's so good, though. What is that? Gone in 60 Seconds, National Treasure. He had that one movie, the fucking Prisoners.
Yep.
I forgot what movie it was, on the plane.
Funny enough, his son is actually going to be. When we come back into February of doing our pickup shots for Starfucker, his son is going to be in our movie.
No way.
Weston Cage, yeah.
I didn't know he had a
Let me quote on this. Let me quote, but not quote me. I was told this. So if it doesn't happen, then I'm so sorry, but I was told that he's going to be in our movie.
Gotta love it.
So we'll see.
I didn't know he had a kid. Can I say that? I had no idea he had a kid.
He has a kid, and evidently his name is
obviously,
Weston.
Obviously a good actor.
Yeah, I'm grateful to have him part of the movie. He's worked with the director a few times, so evidently he is going to.
Ice Cube's kid is now in.
And he's good, man. I actually think Ice Cube's kid's good.
Yeah.
He actually portrayed. He portrayed. That's my other language I speak.
NWA that.
Yeah, he portrayed his father really well.
Well, because Ice Cube made him work for that role. It wasn't given to him.
I know.
He was like, I want you as this, but you're working for it just like everyone else. And I think if it wasn't him, it wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
Because literally, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks exactly like him. Because you can't train, like, stuff you grew up with. Like, he grew up around Ice Cube, obviously. It's his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he knew all his mannerisms. He knew, like, how to react when he knows how his dad reacts to, like, stuff when it's said to him. So it's literally, like, an authentic version. Like, you can't, like, study that. Because there's stuff that he probably reacted to in the movie, like, his looks that he's never done in a movie.
No, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, you're going to get the most authentic performance out of it, especially someone that was your own blood.
Yeah.
That came up with you, so. It was good, man. That movie was really great.
What is it? And it's very few actors whose kids are successful like that too. Jaden Smith being one of them. Mm-hmm. He's huge in music now. He had the acting and all that. He was in
he was Karate Kid.
He was Karate Kid. He was also in Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Early, and his daughter was in I Am
Smith?
Legend. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I Am Legend.
She had a music career for a quick sec.
Yeah, like a song.
I whip my hair back and forth. Yeah,
that song.
I was whipping my hair back and forth too when I heard the song.
But Jane has like an album now.
I know. I actually was. I started following Will, amongst the other 26 million people that follow Will.
It's a good account. Like,
yeah, no, he knows how to do social media.
But people love him, like,
because you can't hate on any of his posts. That's another thing.
It's like The Rock. Like, you can't hate that guy.
Yeah, Rock. I like The Rock.
You can't hate The Rock.
I like The Rock.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to hate.
Like, you take his movies aside, like, his person, it's like Shaq. Like, you can't hate that guy.
You can't. And they could say the same thing that's ridiculous, but you would say it and people would hate you. But if they say it, you can't hate. You're right.
He's done all age ranges. Like, he did the WWE.
Yeah.
And, like, which, he's got that young crowd. And then he's done these Fast and Furious movies to show he can actually
Well, I'm a
act.
huge Fast and Furious fan.
Yeah,
and I was a huge Paul Walker fan.
As am I. And you can, like...
He was a great dude, by the way.
Paul?
Yeah, I used to kind of somewhat hang out with him back in the day. We had mutual friends. And I have funny stories about that situation that I can't say. But Paul was a really, really actually down-to-earth, cool dude. I will have to say that.
Huge car guy as well.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's what he lived for.
Did you know that Supra in the Furious 7 when he passed away, that was actually his car in the end? Mm-hmm. That's I didn't know that till like
it was hard. It was hard too. I've actually been to his grave, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's in the same memorial grave site as my fiance's late husband. So they're within like walking distance from each other. It's kind of crazy.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I'm not sure if he's actually there or he was cremated, but it says Walker.
He has like a plaque there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
I remember when I heard that, like, he like crashed into the tree or whatever. He got into that car accident. Because those movies aren't the same.
It's so surreal that it's I don't know. It's weird when like anyone passes away. You know what I mean? Or anyone that's close to you. For him, I don't know. It's hard to accept that he passed away. I don't know why.
I think it's because like when you hear about actors passing away, it's like they were like not doing like what Paul was doing. Paul was like at like I wouldn't say like his peak, but he was like, literally at the top of the box office.
He still had a lot more to go, man.
He was working like heavily. He was putting stuff out like every year for everyone.
Yeah, and I mean,
but like when you hear about these actors dying, it's like, oh, like their last movie was out like way back when, or it's like an older actor. They're like, oh my god, I remember that guy.
Right, or an overdose,
like
overdose of some sort. They actually kind of led themselves into this death. Where Paul left a charity, and like literally was on a joyride and it, crashed into a tree. So
yeah, it's like.
It's kind of, that was surreal to hear that, so,
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
I think it's like, that one's like hard to digest still for people because it was like, he was literally like at his peak.
Right.
He was like coming out. He had his 7th Fast and Furious movie. Well, it'd be his 6th because there was a 3rd one that wasn't with him in it.
Tokyo Drift,
Yeah, the movie was terrible.
I don't think people watched that one.
Yeah, the movie was bad. I liked that they worked that in, though, to segue out of it. They worked it into the movie. Fast and Furious has that Star Wars thing now. You don't watch them in order. You watch them kind of...
Yeah, no. They're very smart. I mean, look, it's kind of crazy because, I remember when the first one came out, I was living in New York. And when it first came out, it was the biggest deal ever, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It came out in 2000 and, no, it was 2001, but it was just so surreal too, because I used to, race cars too. So like kind of living that lifestyle 5 years prior or previous. And then to see that put on screen was so weird. Like, man, I did this when I was a little bit younger, and to see it on screen and to see that it took off in such a, heavy way. It's Universal's #1 grossing franchise ever. So it's crazy. I mean,
Furious 7 was one of the highest grossing movies on its own.
Oh yeah, it's up there. I think it's like 4 or 5.
It's up there.
It might be 5 or 6, but it's up there.
Yeah, it's high up.
It's high up. And now they're doing 9.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, he only agreed to do 8.
Paul?
He only signed on for 8. He said wouldn't do number. Don't. That was quoted, but I mean, you never know what to believe when you read things. But evidently, he only agreed to do 8, and he was done. But now they said they wouldn't do past 8, but now they're doing, because I mean, it's making over $1 billion every time.
Yeah, you can't say no to it then, like
right.
But when you say like when you saw it and you related to it, like like you saw it like 5 years prior, it's kind of like your movie in a way. Like like you're like we lived this, like all these actors are gonna see it. Like I lived this movie like 5, 10 years, 15 years ago when I started out.
I'm really hoping, for when this does come out, one, people really kind of take something from it. Especially people that are in the business and young actors. Again, yeah, it is comedy. Yeah, it is offensive in a way. But you know what? From what I've lived in Hollywood, from New York, understanding to Hollywood, and from my growing up, I think it's very relatable in many people's lives. It's not just about acting. It's not just about being a star in Hollywood. It's about the trials and tribulations of people, what they go through. So, and the losses that they have. And I don't want to say what the loss is because a lot of people go through this loss, but it also give away the conflict in the movie.
Right.
I actually think, despite the offensive comedy that's the undertone, that I think people are going to actually take something from it. I really hope so. I'm
excited to see it.
Well, good.
I'm very excited. I hope when it's in like a rough cut, you send over the link.
Well, we will have a locked picture by mid-March.
I want the link.
Like literally mid-March. That's what the deadline is.
If it's on Netflix, I'm watching it.
Well, Netflix it won't be until later in the year. But
if it's on Netflix, if it's on Netflix, we're hoping.
Come on, Netflix.
Listen to Netflix.
Come on, Netflix.
We'll tag him in this. I'll be the first one to watch it.
Well, good. That makes me happy.
Easy, 100%. Because I think I'll probably like if it got on there, I'd probably get related to it, like the 98% match, whatever. I'd probably with like the stuff I've watched, and I think Wolf of Wall Street's on there, so like all that combined, I think I would get related to it anyways.
Okay.
Even if I didn't know you and all that, I'd get related to that movie, and I'd be like, whoa, that's a title. Like that's.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think. Look, guys are gonna definitely enjoy the film. Women will be partial to it to a certain degree.
The Ted vibe.
Yeah, they'll be partial to a certain degree. But actually, it's funny. The original trailer I had sent out to a handful of my gal friends that I've either worked with or just friends, and they actually loved it. So that was the old trailer. The new stuff that's coming.
You just gotta have the humor.
You just gotta, you gotta be able to relate.
You can't have the wrong person watch it.
You have to accept it for what it is and understand where we're coming from. Not just say, okay, well, it's just this offensive film that's a comedy and they're just trying to bash Hollywood. No, we're trying to make you understand.
No, all these people in the room lived that.
Yeah, man.
That this is like all our lives in one.
I think we're making it as relatable as possible and making Jimmy Star the most three-dimensional character we could possibly make.
That's a good way to say it.
So, I'll leave you with that.
All right. And I feel like that'd be a good place to end it, too.
I'm with you.
All right. Awesome. But I just want to thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're coming back. When are you going to California again? You're going to California. You're leaving tomorrow?
Back. No. We leave on the New Year's Day. I'm on a plane on New Year's Day.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to do this.
Of course, man.
You're a busy guy.
Well, I try.
You're visiting people. You took the time to do this.
Yeah, man.
Greatly appreciated. So, till next time, thank you. Eric, thanks again.
Holla.